What's going on, everyone? Tristan here with Metroplex Bass Addicts, and I just wanted to let y'all in on a little secret. Recently, Ian and I have started working with a new company that's supporting us and supporting the channel called KO Baits. And if y'all saw our last YouTube video, the Kings of Cowtown practice video, you probably saw an announcement about this at the end. But I kind of wanted to make this little short video to kind of explain and kind of show y'all a little bit more about who they are and what kind of baits they have. So let's get into it. All right, guys, so KO Baits is an awesome company. They're based out of the Cedar Creek area in Texas, you know, right by Cedar Creek Lake. Y'all have seen us fish that lake a lot. We love that lake. We normally do pretty well there. And they are just a smaller, soft plastics bass fishing lure company. They make quality hand-poured soft plastic baits, and they even do custom colors, so really cool. Right here I have a few of my favorite baits so far. These aren't all the bait molds that they make. These are just a few of my favorites. So I'm going to show you each one, and then I'm going to show you 3 setups I have rigged up right now that I'm going to use in this pond behind me to hopefully catch some bass. So firstly, we have KO Baits Lizard. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it is just a nice lizard profile bait. These baits are nice and soft, but they're not too soft. They still have some durability to them. Good colors. All the baits that I have right now are basically green pumpkin or like watermelon candy for the most part, but nice, good colors, good pores, solid molds. They don't break easily, but they are soft enough that the bass will still bite and hold on. So that's the lizard bait in green pumpkin. I really like throwing that on a Carolina rig, which is what I have right over here. I'll show y'all in just a second. So that's the first bait. Second bait we got is their Cinco, or their stick bait. This color here is really interesting. I really like this color. It's like a green pumpkin, but it has like turquoise, green, purple, red, orange flake. It's kind of like a watermelon candy. I don't even really know what you'd call it, but awesome looking stick bait. And just so y'all know, all of their baits do come garlic scented straight out the package, which is awesome. We love baits with scent. All right, right here, these are some awesome little baits. So this is their KO Baits jointed swim bait, and this one's in green pumpkin. It's just a little, probably 2 3/4 to 3 1/4 inch swim bait, jointed swim bait. I really like using this just weightless as like a fluke style bait. I also like putting it on the back of bladed jigs and spinner baits as a trailer, and I really also like to use this as a drop shot bait, just nose hooking it and drop shotting it because of the small profile. So really awesome, versatile bait there. All right, next we have the trick worm, KO Baits trick worm. I'm sure everyone knows what a trick worm is. It's a very simple mold, but it's also one of the most effective molds. Just a nice finesse worm, ribbed body with the smooth part right here for your hook. Nice fat tail, nice and durable, super awesome bait. This is in like a watermelon with turquoise flake. Awesome bait. This works great on a Texas rig, Carolina rig, wacky rig. You can even drop shot it in some scenarios. So really versatile bait, really good bait there. And lastly, like I said, this isn't all of their different bait styles. This is just what I had on me at the time. But right here, we have their little Real Bassin Creature Cross style bait. And this one is also in a green pumpkin color. As y'all can see, that thing is awesome. Got a rib top. It's got the phalanges, several phalanges down the body. The antenna's there, and 2 pinchers. So this is a really good little, you know, smaller profile flipping bait for a smaller Texas rig, but you could also throw this on a Carolina rig. You could cut it down a little bit and throw it on a Ned rig. You could throw it as a jig trailer on your favorite jig. So awesome, another really awesome, really versatile bait right there. All right, guys, so that's the baits I have with me. Like I said, they have more. They have some twin tail grubs. They have a few more creature and cross style baits. They have a few more worms. They've got a finesse worm. They have some 10-inch worms. So they have a lot to choose from and a lot of awesome colors. So y'all be sure to check them out. Now I'm gonna show y'all a few of the rigs I have on today for fishing this pond that I've also been fishing in some of the lakes recently. So y'all stay tuned and we'll get to that. All right, guys, so the first rig I have with one of their baits rigged up today is a Carolina rig. And I know you might be thinking, why is he throwing a Carolina rig in a pond, right? You know, it's more of an offshore bait, fishing in brush piles, fishing on river channel ledges, humps, stuff like that on big lakes and rivers, fishing on the outside edge of grass lines. But the cool thing about this pond I'm at, it's an old rock quarry, so it's actually right out here in front of us. There's an underwater ledge. This side of the pond is a big shallow grass flat, probably between 2 and 6 feet deep. And then right here in front of us, in front of the dock, is a giant ledge, and it drops from about 6 to 7 feet on top all the way down to 25 feet. And the grass stops growing down there about 20 feet deep, and then it's all rock. So this pond is about as perfect as you can get for throwing a Carolina rig. So we're gonna put it to the test today, but just a standard Carolina rig, you know, a nice 3/0 EWG Mustad KVD grip pin hook, some Wu tungsten glass beads, and a Wu tungsten Carolina rig weight, 1/2 ounce, and then 2 Wu tungsten bobber stops and a swivel. So your standard Carolina rig, I've got probably about a 3-foot leader on this one. So that's the first rig. Let me grab the other rod. Second rig I'll be throwing today, and this is the one that'll probably catch me the most bass. It always seems to in this pond. But just a standard weightless wacky rig. Got a Mustad Titanics Wacky Nico hook on there. This is the size 1, I believe. And then I've got an O-ring and just the KO baits, stick bait or Senko, whatever you want to call it. So super simple weightless rig there. That'll catch a lot of them. Last one. All right, guys, the last rig I'm going to be throwing, I actually haven't put on yet, but right here I have a 3/8 ounce Wu tungsten never chip weight and a Wu tungsten bobber stop, and then a 4/0 EWG Mustad KVD grip pin hook, just in the Texas rig style. And I'm going to take this nice little creature bait here, creature craw. Just thread that bait onto my EWG and just hook it up like you would at any other Texas rig. That Mustad grip pin really keeps it pinned on there, so you don't have to worry about the bait sliding down. Which these baits, like I said, they're soft, but they're extremely durable as well, so it's not really much of an issue anyway. And I'm just going to Texpose that, and there you go. It's going to be my last rig for the day. Just a nice simple Texas rig. So those are the 3 rigs that I have with me today that I'm going to be trying out here in this pond with KO baits on them. So yeah, that's all I have for y'all in terms of, you know, talking about the brand, talking about the baits, showing y'all the baits. Now all I have left to do is try and catch some fish, so let's get to it. Real quick before I get to fishing, it is starting to rain a little bit, so we might have to cut this short, but I did find in my bag a pack of their 10-inch worms, and this is in a watermelon candy style, watermelon turquoise, green pumpkin turquoise style color as well. But just to show y'all real quick, that's what their 10-inch worm looks like. Super durable, super stretchy, nice and soft. Awesome bait. Has that curly tail on it, so when it's coming through the water on your Texas rig or your Carolina rig or your shaky head, your big shaky head, it's got plenty of action. Be a really good bait in the summertime and post-spawn, summertime, and the early fall as well. So let's get to it. We're going to start with this wacky rig just because that's normally what I catch them on out here pretty good. Up on top of the ledge here, there's a nice grass. I don't know if y'all can see it, but this pond is chock full of grass, and it's also really clear water. The main forage basin here is bluegill, so these green pumpkin colors tend to work pretty well, especially with the clarity of the water. But we're going to try it. It is pretty windy today, so that might pose a little bit of an issue for this wacky rig, but we're going to see what happens. Y'all stay tuned. Oh, I already had a bite, folks. Camera caught in the way of my hook set there. That was quick. Wow, that was quick. Oh, there's a bite. There you go, got him. Little guy, but that's literally first cast with the Senko. Wow. Oh man, them little fish sometimes throw your bait off, but look at that. It's not a big one, but I mean, that was legitimately my first cast with the Senko, so super awesome. Thank you, little guy. Go tell your bigger friends to bite. Pretty cool, guys. Oop. There's a good one, guys. There's a good one. He's running towards me. Yeah, that's a better fish. So I started fishing out a little bit deeper on that ledge instead of up towards the top. Working it real slow, and then this guy hooks up. So it's a better fish. Look at that pretty clear water. Those fish are so beautiful. They live in that grass all year. Awesome. Let him tire himself out. That's a better fish. So good, healthy one. Thanks, bud. I'm telling y'all, if y'all haven't checked them out yet, y'all need to check out KO Baits. Be ready to see a lot more from them with us on the channel for sure. Fishing ponds, fishing rivers, fishing streams, fishing lakes, you name it, whatever we're doing, they're going to be a big part of it.